Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Bitcoin Live. Today in the show, Shankar, the founder and director of Kaafila. Welcome back, Shankar.
Hi, Nick. Great to be back with you. And I can't believe that 8 weeks have already passed since we last spoke. And
Yeah, it's a long time. Time flies in crypto, It's
uh,
crazy.
yeah. A lot has happened. A lot has happened in these last 8 weeks. And I remember, when we last spoke, Algorand coin Algo was at $2 US, 2 USDT. Today it's at zero point 0.9. So, and that summarizes, I think, the entire crypto market quite well as what happened in the last 2 months for
Yeah,
everyone.
I felt it. It hurt. But
Hmm.
um, but Kaafila has been building. You have been building nonstop. Some really great stuff.
Yes,
Shall we
yes,
start
I
with
think
the updates?
yes, I think let's spend 5 minutes in quick updates for everyone. Uh, so uh, since the last time we spoke, let me pick up from there. Uh, we were finalizing the video app when we spoke in the first week of December, and it was meant for go live in the month of December. And we went live with the video app on 29th of December. And so it's been about 4 weeks now, and it has gotten to a good start. I would say it's like the kind of start we can expect with the kind of audience and team members we have. It's just getting started, uh, and we have about 2,000 videos on the uh, platform now, and users are coming gradually. Most of them are people who already know Kafila and what we're trying to do, and then word of mouth. That I think the platform will grow with word of mouth for the first 20, 30,000 users at least, if not 100,000 users. And uh, the good thing is that our in our model, we want to share KFL tokens with both content creators and
Hmm.
content viewers. Both are users in the system, both are users. But we know that the content creator is adding the video, like news, course,
Yeah.
whatever, blog, or any analysis, and the other user is the viewer, and he's watching it, and both of them have invested effort or time, and both are earning KFL tokens for that work. So the engine or the app, the way we wanted, it's already working now at a small scale, and we can see the stats of that when people are watching, they are earning the tokens, both sides, the creators as well as the viewers. And so the creator obviously is using all his experience and his effort to create that video, which may be 5 minutes long, but it has taken maybe several hours of effort to get that 5 minutes of video. And the viewer, on the other hand, is investing his 5 minutes to watch the video, and we are rewarding him as well. So in our mind, and this is the consistent recurring theme across Kafila projects, is that we we are trying to give a value to time and effort of the human effort. So if you think of Bitcoin, there the mining process in Bitcoin is with computing processing power. And what we are saying is that we could have very similar with the human processing in Kafila, and the tokens are getting distributed as humans put time and effort. Without that, the
Yeah.
tokens don't get released from the system, and so that is already started, and it's very nice to have that system in place. And I feel very glad that our team members were able to make it live, and now they are marketing that with various people who can come and add content. And that's why it's very useful, because this video system is the base on which we will develop the courses, and the courses that we will that is what we want to do as the main work in Kafila: free education for people worldwide on different subjects, with a focus on software courses, because they this is the technology century, and we have seen consistently that when we are teaching someone uh, even any amount of any level of software courses, they're able to convert that or monetize it well. So we want to do that in a bigger way. And then we don't want to stick to that. There are other things like basic science courses. Even English is a very big requirement, we have found in our research, very big requirement worldwide. So we will have English courses as well: basic English, business English, technical English. So one by one, like there are limited funds, limited time. So
Yeah.
we go step by step, do the things that are uh, immediately doable. Then we get, and many of these courses, or rather a majority of the courses, would come from content creators themselves who are experts in their field. Somebody who's good in teaching English, somebody who's good in Python programming, he will come and teach Python. Somebody will teach English, and they will earn KFL tokens for their courses. And in the beginning, to kickstart and um, build the momentum, we will also gift them or with bonus to KFL tokens so that they get that initial motivation to do that set of videos and courses. So the video system which went live on 29 December is a very critical system, and we're happy that it's live because it is the foundation for courses and a lot of the knowledge sharing effort that we have. And it's also the foundation for the independent content creators, the platform, because in as we discussed in the last video, we will have that the user governance council with about 100 plus members, all users. So the decisions will be very transparent for everyone, and I think that will be appreciated by a lot of independent content creators, news providers, to have at least one home that won't just disappear.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to congratulate you on the launch of the decentralized video sharing app, which is, like you said, quite revolutionary. I really also like that what you explained about how the viewers are also rewarded for spending their time, basically, because
Yeah,
people. I noticed there's so much content on YouTube, but to watch it all, it's almost like work, right? And but if you get paid for it, that changes the equation. So it does
it's
stimulate. Yeah,
yeah, it changes equation a bit, and I think at the least what it does is that people do have that much more seriousness. And I have to mention here that the payment for watching is for one iteration. Means suppose you watch a video once, it is you will earn the tokens. But if you watch it like 5 times, the payment is only for one first watching.
yeah. That was something I wanted to ask you, but you clarified it already.
Yeah,
And you also building another, you actually a whole set of amazing apps on Kaafila, and I really like the NFT marketplace that I saw there.
yeah.
Yeah, tell me all about it because this looks super exciting.
Yeah. So thanks for bringing that lighthouse slide up. And this basically is the summary of what we are trying to achieve in the near future. And when we say near future, we are talking about the first halving cycle of
Yeah,
the KFL token. So the first halving cycle is the first 4 years from June 2021 to June 2025. So we are like about 7 months into it, and we have about 3.5 years ahead. And so the top of the list is decentralized video sharing app for independent content creators that has gone live. So check mark done there. It was our main work for the first nearly 4 months, 5 months. And so we got that place. Now the next one is the NFT marketplace, which is currently under development phase, early development phase. The design is already done, so we know what to develop, and we already have a very good developer in the US willing to work with us to develop this system. So we are trying to line up the funds for that, and
hmm,
those funds are coming in bits and pieces. And sometime during this quarter, we will be able to start that. We are confident about that. And so this NFT marketplace is we have a bunch of NFT marketplaces now, and OpenSea on Ethereum is the most successful and widely recognized one.
yeah,
But we are talking about marketplaces on Algorand blockchain, and as of now, the most recognized one is AB2 Gallery, which we are also using as Kaafila project actively for adding some of our NFT series. And so this NFT marketplace is something that we want to try a few variations. And if I have to summarize how it will be a bit better, it will be extremely low cost, and it will have some innovative options for the creators to sell their art or digital craft or whatever they're producing in a more attractive way. And yes, and we will take it from there. For us, it's very important because uh, both the video app and the NFT marketplace, the top two, they are both income earning sources for the project, and that's why we are giving them priority. The video apps will they don't have ads currently, but the ad module will get developed and plugged in. So we will have about 10, 15, 20-second ads, which will give us income for the project. And then the NFT marketplace has a small profit sharing component in each sale. The listing fee itself will be near zero, I think, or maybe extremely, or whatever the most basic one. So it won't be a cost at all. But profit sharing fee will be there, which will be a benefit for the marketing we will do for the marketplace. And so these income that we get from these two projects, these first two apps, they will help us in funding some of our development. So the way we have been approaching this project so far is to do it ourselves, earn the income wherever possible, and use that income to do the next set of development rather than going to investment companies as such and or waiting for that to happen, because that puts a lot of dependency on external parties.
Yeah.
And so while it can give, in a few cases it can give a very good boost, but
Yeah.
in many cases precious time is lost. So we have very fortunately we have team members who are working just with KFL token payments, and that for us it's very fortunate that uh, we have more than 50 team members willing to work just for KFL token. So that's a good point for us, and so we are using that all the effort that's coming through them. We have about 65 team members as of today, so in different roles and different levels of activity. Some are full time, some are half time, part time, and some of them are having like a couple of hours each day or 3 or 4 hours each day. But all of them can scale up. That's why they're in the team, because even the person who is putting 2 3 hours today is putting it, and once our token is more liquid and we can give uh, they can monetize it better, they will spend more time with us. So as of now we have visibility of almost 100 team members by the year end or something like that. So the team is getting ready to do all the work, and so it is for us to create work, do work and monetize it, and then come back and do development again. So iterations within the team, and in between, I think a key update for all team members and all everybody who is with Kaafila is that we are also approaching a few angel investors in this quarter. We have just started that, and uh, angel investors who are specifically interested in blockchain projects. And so we are communicating, or just started communicating with a few of them. And as a plan, we want to do it for the next 4 months till April ending, and we hope to connect with about 500 plus angel investors, and we will see how it plays out. Uh, these things are always very subjective, and the outcome cannot be predicted, unlike the development work we do or the work that we own ourselves. But I think that if we meet some people who are with our wavelength, then we don't need 500 investors anyway. We just need maybe five or six. So the probabilities of that are high. So if we get that and it is successful, then we would have some extra funds coming in during this first half of the year, which can then accelerate some of the other apps that we have on this Lighthouse slide. And those are the apps like the knowledge engine, the universal payment system, and the social causes system. I'll talk about them briefly. Uh,
I
the
find them
knowledge,
very exciting because I not like sharing knowledge and learning stuff, and I find the whole emphasis of Kaafila on learning and sharing knowledge that
yeah,
really excites me a lot. And these apps that you're now gonna talk about, I love to hear about them. And also, I noticed with the payment, there's also Doge. So for the people who are
yes,
listening,
yes. In fact, I'll come to that in a minute. Yes, you've noticed correct. So the top system that requires some funds for development is the courses system. because that is a system using which we will be able to offer courses, do the testing and the certification for candidates, and that is currently in the design phase with requirements and design getting ready. And when the funds are available for that, we will go for the development of that. And that system, in our view, will be the system that will really spread the name of Kaafila worldwide, because the kind of uh, courses that we want to offer and the kind of demand that is there for learning courses with certifications that are free is significant worldwide. And even with just English courses in English content, English language, there would be hundreds of thousands of youth worldwide who would like to learn. Plus, we have internships for top performers, and those internships also will further uh, help the word of Kafila spread around, and we will expect to have some top performers who are working with us as interns. They will also then decide to work with us in a bigger way, and that is where the real benefit of the whole model comes back to Kafila, where some of the top performers who have learned with us, done internships with us, decide to work with us, and that is a very big positive outcome. The next is the knowledge engine. This is an app which is in design phase. In brief, what we want to do in this engine is that we want to push useful facts and data points to users in a very simple form. So, for example, if you say that I'm interested in financial markets in the US, or I trade Nasdaq ETFs or S&P 500 ETFs in futures. So once you specify what is of interest to you, then whatever our system collects as useful information for that, it will keep sending you as facts. And suppose you say I'm a developer, I'm learning Java, Python, or whatever JavaScript. So it will start feeding you information which is relevant to that. It will also start feeding you about what kind of jobs are coming up for that. Some companies looking for that. So would you like to apply for that? Or some other person is giving a free CV review course for software developers. You want to try that. So the engine is going to, rather than people going and searching, this engine is going to try to decide. Once you tell what you like, what your focus areas are, the engine is going to work and bring them to you on daily basis, keep feeding you.
So it's like a matchmaker.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it just keeps coming back to you and saying, this is in the topics of your interest, this is happening currently in the world, or this is what you can do next. So that you always have that one person, almost like your own
Yeah,
personal assistant, almost, or
like
coach.
personal AI.
Yeah, exactly. And so we think that this system will use a lot of AI. So this one, because it will try to figure out a lot about what you need from what you're saying, but also from what other people who are maybe ahead in the same career compared to you are already doing. So it's going to figure out, suppose you are, let's say, a developer of certain technologies. It'll try to figure out from the LinkedIn profiles of other developers what they are doing, what they have done, and come back to you and say that maybe you should try this seminar, that course, or do you want to try doing something like this because it has been giving better results. So it's that kind of thing we want to bring out. The vision is very clear. The implementation will take a bit of time, and so we think that this app, when it comes out, it will also be a very useful one in terms of knowledge sharing. And
And will that
but
is that app sort of learning from the content you create and the things that you search for on Kaafila, or is it just is it broader than that?
it's broader than that. It is not just from the content on Kaafila, because otherwise it will become extremely small, because
Yeah,
Kaafila is just starting off. So this is almost like it's almost like your personal assistant who is working day and night, even when you are sleeping, working, and going around and doing the search for you, work for you, and trying to bring back whatever is most useful for you.
that is very exciting. And
And
and you also got a universal payment.
yeah, that's the one which is some people who we spoke couldn't immediately figure out how that fits with the uh, knowledge apps we are developing. But the way we see Kafila is that we want to enable knowledge sharing, learning, and we also want to make the monetization of that knowledge possible. And uh, it- I would like to share here that we are very clear that the gig economy is here and it's here to grow. Uh, the the trends are very clear that people would be working less and less in corporates and more in startups and gigs. And so the gig economy is firmly off and started, and the blockchain projects are going to help them. So the aim here is to have a payment system or a payment engine which will really help the gig economy. And we have KFL, which is our in-house project token. And based on our study, we have found that Dogecoin would be the best complement for that. So we the engine that we are planning would have these two as the pair. So the pair will be the KFL Doge pair that will run this engine.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
And so so these are the ones which are and all this universal payment system. If we get that right, it's by itself a standalone fintech or DeFi, whatever you call it. It's a very strong fintech app. But
Yeah.
we are seeing that as a app that will help the gig economy significantly, where people are getting paid in crypto, so that they can. The aim of the system, if I can say it in a sentence, is to enable the last mile connectivity of crypto, so that we can have people in different parts of the world, not in developed countries, but developing and underdeveloped countries, get paid with the KFL Dogi combination, and then actually use that for their living expenses.
But why not Bitcoin or I don't know
Yeah,
that algo?
because yeah, the way we are seeing that is that this will be tied in strongly with the projects that KFL is also doing, and
Aha.
so that would be a connection from there. That's the reason why the KFL Dogi pair would work. But the fact that we have Dogi, we have ensured that it's already having a very
Yeah.
strong connection with all other leading pairs like Bitcoin or Algo, because we are finding that the adoption for Dogecoin would probably be the best, and it has already got the best recognition worldwide as a
Mhm.
payment system. So we are very strong supporters for Dogecoin, and we believe that it is the coin for if there was one coin, if you ask me, which truly represents crypto globally, it is Dogecoin.
Well, it does have a reputation. I mean,
Yes,
everybody
I
knows it.
think like that. Yeah, I think it's really it can do a lot. It's designed for a lot. It's very understated, so it's pretty good. And so
Yeah.
these are the main systems. We have a social causes system, which aims to support a wide series of social causes, and that's what we want to aim for. And you can share the uh, Kaafila Avian
Yeah.
series.
I'll do that now, and I can totally also understand the gig economy because that's something I've experienced myself these past few years doing what I do.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yes, so this is the Kaafila Avian World Series. So this has gone live just today, and this is being developed and led by my colleague Ethan William, and who uh, is a very strong and passionate follower of birds and the entire avian ecosystem. So it's been in the works for a while, and it has gone live today. Uh, and so briefly, this project is basically 1,000 different birds worldwide with different
Wow.
types of conservation status, from concern to extinct or endangered critically. So we have 1,000 birds, and each bird would have 1,000 cards or 1,000 NFTs, and everything is priced at one algo each. So each card would be at one algo, and collectors, NFT collectors can collect different birds, and there will be games every month, and based on different rules. And the people who are collecting these birds and learning about them have a chance to win those games every month, and the rewards will also be some other valuable NFTs that we are producing.
Well, that's super awesome. Is that also connected to the fact that Kaafila is, penguin? It's also a bird. And, or am I reaching?
Yes, no. It's not connected in that way. But one of our team members did feel like that. That like what about penguin is like is that the origin? But the penguin's name is Chip, and Chip
Yeah,
is our mascot. And so yeah, in a way, yes, birds are very sensitive creatures, and they reflect the changes in climate and environment much before everyone else. You have heard of the canary in the coal mines,
yeah,
where
yeah,
the coal workers used to take the canary bird, and the moment the canary dies, it means that the oxygen levels are significantly low and carbon dioxide is very high, and they would all escape the mine. So the
yeah.
so
Just
the bird.
just like Bitcoin and gold.
Correct. So yeah, birds are very sensitive, and they're they're part of our ecosystem and nature. So this NFT series that we have done is to help the cause of nature conservation. So whatever we get as algo from these sales will go back into nature conservation and increasing awareness about birds, and also to prevent the trafficking of birds worldwide.
Well, that's very noble, and another cause that I can only applaud and celebrate. It's really good that you do that, and I love birds, so that's also an additional benefit.
Yeah.
And you already mentioned it, but your penguin is called Chip, but that's
Yes.
also the programming language that you're building, right?
Yes, and in fact, that's the second last update. The last one. So we are developing a programming language, which the first and most important goal is to make it so simple that almost anyone, whether in school, college, or working person, can learn that. It should be intuitive and very simple to construct. And we are getting the inspiration from how Lego blocks come together to create. From the same set of blocks, you can construct almost thousands of structures. So we want to do it that way, and give the ability to users to really develop apps, almost like how WordPress made website creation so simple, and you have thousands of plugins to add the functionality. So we want to develop a core language, almost like the WordPress platform, and then have developers worldwide contribute with their plugins to increase the functionality of that.
Well, that is super cool.
and
Yeah,
and the last one is the metaverse for virtual learning.
yes.
And this is the one which is which
Well, yeah,
we have the longest runway on this one in terms of development, because it's complex. Currently it's in research phase. In fact, it's not even design phase. It's We are developing the concepts and the requirements, and our aim is to offer a virtual classroom where people worldwide can come, and it can have a setting which is unique. And the concepts of metaverse, that we can change that setting to different. You can have it as a sub-Saharan setting to observe wildlife and study wildlife, or you can be in a chemistry lab and do some experiments, or you could be on another place altogether, which is not possible for an entire team to physically go. So we are thinking of what we can do, but the aim is very clear. The first aim is to have a working classroom in which at least 30 students can come and participate, and then we're getting started. So that's the prototype goal, and it requires a significantly higher end hardware. So we are working on that.
and I think the number 30 is also significant here, right? Because
Which one?
like that you get 30 people together. It's like the base of
Yes,
yeah,
a class, so that the aim is to have at least a class kind of environment. And
yeah.
then what the class would study, and what and how it will study, that is completely the realm of metaverse, where we could be on the top of an Everest studying how climate is there, or we could be on Antarctica, or we could be on the surface of Mars studying Mars topology. So that's the beauty of metaverse, that with whatever we can understand, we can try to share that in a very real setting, and which we couldn't do that in a Zoom call. with students.
No, that's definitely true. And it's a little bit of a sidestep, but where do you see the metaverse go, and what is your sort of time horizon when it will explode?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very clear. Uh, what is clear is how the metaverse will evolve and grow. What is still to be done is when our metaverse will come and how it will scale up. But overall, the concept of metaverse, its building blocks are in place in terms of the infrastructure, computing infrastructure, and the blockchain economy progressing. So, in my analysis, the next decade will be the one where we will have the maximum flow of metaverse. And in our mind, in Kaafila, we want to have a college which is on the metaverse where students are coming and earning, doing their labs, earning their degrees and diplomas. But that's far away because we need to do a lot of work for that, and some of the things are visible to us in our vision, but we have no way to execute that using software yet. So that block is there yet, and I think we'll have this decade to cover that ground. But I'm very sure that uh, anyone who is positive on the metaverse concept should stay very bullish on that, because this is the development decade for that. And the next decade will have everyone actually participating. You wouldn't even realize it's all. It will be like some of the some of like it's like using Coinbase or Binance.
wow, wow, that
So I
sounds
would be like that. And on that topic, on the topic of metaverse, I would like to say that my colleague and partner Ethan William last week started a newsletter on metaverse on LinkedIn, and it has
yeah.
got now 2,000 plus subscribers. And if anyone who is listening to this wants to learn more about metaverse, then he can subscribe to his newsletter on LinkedIn. It has just started, and he has a lot of things to share on that, because he's also leading the metaverse efforts in Kaafila.
Can you share the link later after the show? Then I'll put it underneath the underneath the
Yes,
video.
yes. And I
Yes.
have started a blockchain and crypto newsletter as well last week,
Yeah.
and because my network is pretty much not that much into blockchain and crypto, so my aim was to inform and educate them
Yeah.
more. So we're doing that. So we're doing the education part, and also then Ethan is doing the advanced education part.
So we're almost at the end of the show, but you also have the roadmap, right? So can you highlight
Yeah,
a little? Yeah.
I think we just covered in the apps. The roadmap is to develop the apps, as I mentioned, the apps in the sequence that we have shared in that slide. The lighthouse slide is so. This quarter is this entire year is for development
Yeah.
of the project, and also to just share the about the Kafila project with everyone, and also to develop the first set of courses on the Kafila system, so that users start benefiting from those courses, the free courses, and get those certifications and start becoming productive in their career. And at the same time, our team will also be developing the prototypes for some of our apps. So this is a this year is a development year, significant development year, and every quarter would have some progress on the apps. The priority is to get those apps out, which we can use for monetizing and earning some income, so that they can start providing cash flow for further development.
Yeah. Yeah. You want it to feed on itself and to start moving.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this year will be really exciting for Kafila, and of course me and my brother will do our best to promote it.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, and of course you will come back on the show again
Yeah,
for a next update, which is also
yeah,
very exciting.
yeah. We'll do again. We have planned monthly, and I think we have just ticked that box because we've not let Jan go, and so we'll do again in Feb, by end of Feb.
Yeah, yeah, we love having you on. I mean, I think Kafila is a very exciting program, and not many people know about it yet, but they should, and they will.
Mm.
And they can win $50 worth of algo. And I'll explain how you can win it. You have to make a tweet or a couple of tweets and tell us what you really liked about the show, what you learned, of course, because that's what Kafila is all about. and the best tweet wins $50 worth of algo. You got 24 hours to do that, and you have to tag, of course, ShankX. I'll also put your Twitter handle down below. You have to tag Kaafila. I got it over here. And you have to tag me. That is Bitcoin Live DB. And you have to tag my brother J. Dalmolder. And it's that easy. I'll put the rules down below so that people can read it. And yeah, $50 worth of algo rent. That's a nice price. So yeah, I want to thank you again for being on the show, Shankar. I really enjoyed it. I keep learning new stuff, and I love the NFT marketplace and the universal payment system, and of course the video sharing app. So yeah, keep on building, and we'll keep promoting.
Thank you very much, and it's always a pleasure to connect with you, and also through you to communicate with so many people who are following the Kaafila project and our users and our team members who don't get to hear from me every time except through videos. So we use this almost like our broadcast platform for everyone who's interested to learn more. So really happy to connect with you and share updates with you. And I look forward to doing that again next time soon.
And of course, we'll also start migrating to Kaafila because it sounds like the place to be. So
yes,
that will
you need to have. Yeah, you should have your whatever you're producing. You should put them in Kaafila as well because they will stay there. Whereas I don't know about other platforms, but that will stay.
Well, Bitcoin Live is not Bitcoin Live DB, so decentralized broadcasting, and will spread and diversify over as many different platforms as possible. So
Very good.
Kaafila is definitely one of them.
Very good. Very good.
So we always end the show with saying two things: watch, learn, and earn, and makes you wonder. Take care, guys.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.